and welcome to Woke to the Planet. Today I'm here in Heysham in the UK, wandering around the perimeter of a solar farm. For obvious reasons I can't get any closer than this, but I thought I'd just come to kind of give an insight into the history of solar panels and why they were such a great idea in the first place for the environment, and obviously whether they're still a good idea today. Now, solar panels as an idea were kind of put together in about 1954 on the 25th of April. In fact, the first solar panel ever made could only take in 6% of the light energy that hit it and convert it into electricity. Of course, after then, we've come a hell of a long way. In fact, last year, a team in the US managed to get a solar panel which could convert 29.1% of all the light energy that hit it into electricity. That is an extraordinary jump in the space of about 60 years. Year on year, the efficiency of these solar panels keeps going up while the price, it goes down. 10 years ago, a typical 6 kilowatt system, which would power your entire house, would have cost you about $50,000. Now that's a lot of money for something that you could just pay for monthly. But nowadays, that same system that will power your house and take you relatively off the grid will only set you back about $12,000. That is a dramatic fall, and considering the price of things usually goes up, that's not a bad deal really. In fact, most people tend to find now that they'll make the money back from solar panels in around about 7 years. Now, I remember being a kid and hearing about solar panels, and it used to take about 20 years to pay back your solar panels, and really that then it didn't seem that worth it, whereas nowadays it could be a really good investment. And obviously one major advantage of solar panels is that you do reduce your carbon footprint. In fact, solar panels on your house can reduce the carbon footprint of the household by about 1 ton of CO2 every year. And obviously that adds up as well, so the typical system will stay in place for about 25 to 30 years. And obviously 25 to 30 years, that could be 30 tons of CO2, and obviously that depends how much electricity you use. You might use more or you might use less. So solar panels so far, economically and environmentally, do make sense. After all, who doesn't want to save some money while also saving the planet? But sadly, in the UK at the moment, only 4% of our electricity is powered by these things. Only 4%, and actually that's quite high on a global average, because globally it's just 2.8% of the world's electricity that is generated by these solar panels. I've seen a lot of posts around recently concerning how much of an area we'd need to cover with solar panels to meet the world's electricity demands, and they fluctuate a lot. But it seems to me that these solar panels don't get used as effectively as they could be. There's vast deserts in countries with no life and they're completely useless, but the one thing they do have is plenty of sunlight. And I do think if we could utilise those areas, we could make a massive difference to global emissions. I do believe that as years come, we're going to see more of these solar panels introduced all around the world. After all, they make sense environmentally, economically, and they could be a really good idea for how to power your house. So, are solar panels worth it? Well, maybe 10 years ago they weren't, but nowadays I think they definitely are. Thank you for watching this episode of Woke to the Planet, and I'll see you next time for another video. Please do like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.